Winterberry Farm is a very good source of unbound magic, which you can then use to make some gold or buy ascended trinkets with. It is also a very good source of dragonite ore, which will be needed for some. In this video, we will talk about all of that in details. The winterberries can be gathered from the winterberry bush, which will have this distinctive red icon. You can gather it across this entire region. And there are also a couple of extra nodes that are spread a little bit out of this area. There are two more nodes that you will find beside that thermal tube, which you will find south of the Soros Eclipse waypoint. And there are a couple more nodes that you will find hidden beside a cave. And this will be at the northeast side of the map here, northeast of the Soros Eclipse waypoint. And then there are two more nodes that you will find in the corner right beside the thermal tube, which is all the way east from Solar Eclipse waypoint. All the other nodes are gathered around this area. Only the three I just showed you are outside. This place is in the map Bitterfrost Frontier, which you will unlock if you have Chapter 3 in Living Gold Season 3, A Crack in the Ice. If you own this episode, you will see something like this. Play this episode or resume this episode, and if you don't, it will instead show you that you need to buy it from the gem store. If you have done this chapter on any character, then you will be able to go to Bitterfrost Frontier on that character. If you want to take a different character, then you can either use Teleport to a friend, or you can buy a scroll that you can use on any character from a vendor that will be up this ramp, which will be beside the Soros Eclipse waypoint. When you talk to the vendor, one of the items they will sell is called Bitterfrost Frontier Portal Scroll, which will cost you 1000 unbound magic and 50 silver. And then you can put it, for example, on your shared inventory slot and use it with any character you want. When you gather from those nodes, you will get some fresh winterberry, which is the main resource we're after. You will get a chance of some dragonite ore. You will get some unbound magic as you gather by default, which is also the main resource we are after right now, and I will show you how we will use it at the end. And you can also get extra resources like volatile magic, for example, based on the glyphs and the tools you are using, which will help maximize your profit. If you don't know what glyphs are or how to use them to gain more profit as you gather, I have a guide where we explain all of that in details. I will leave the link for it in the comments and description. As you gather, you will find a lot of mobs around you, which will aggro on you, and they can easily slow you down. And so if you don't want to deal with them, you can try to use characters that will have a lot of mobility, stealth, and speed. Or you can also try to use a character that will provide very high damage to just get rid of those mobs quickly. You can do this farm once per day per character, which means that if you want it, you can take multiple characters and repeat this on multiple times. The nodes will reset roughly 23 hours after when you last gathered them. They do not reset with the normal daily reset. When you are done gathering, you will get around 40 to 50 fresh winterberries and dragonite ore, and this will be per character. You will also get hundreds or thousands of unbound magic based on how many characters you have used, and you will get volatile magic or some other extra resources based on the tools and the glyphs you are using. Now let's talk about what we can do with the unbound magic and the winterberries we will get while doing this farm. The first thing you can do is talk to the vendor I just showed you earlier, and you will notice that they sell ascended trinkets. They sell rings, a backpack, and an earring. Those will cost some unbound magic and some fresh winterberries. And if you do the math, you will find that you can easily get 1 or 2 pieces of trinkets every day if you did this farm on multiple characters per day, or even if you will do it only on one character, it will not take you that long at all to have a lot of ascended trinkets. And so this is one of the best and fastest way to get ascended trinkets on your characters. And the best thing about them is that they are stat selectable, which means you can buy them and then you can right click and select any stat you want in the entire game. Please note that the black ice band, which is ascended ring, is unique, which means you cannot buy 2 black ice band and equip both of them at the exact same time in their normal state. You will have to attune or infuse one of them, and if you don't know how to do that or what does that mean, I just made another guide that covered it in details. I will also leave the link for it in the comments and description. However, You cannot infuse or attune accessories, so you can only buy one from this map and you will have to buy another accessory from somewhere else. If you want to get the Ascended Trinkets faster, and you don't have enough Unbound magic, you can use Unbound gathering tools, which will significantly increase the amount of Unbound magic you will get while gathering. You can buy some Unbound magic gathering tools with karma from multiple vendors across the Living Season 3 maps. But in Bitterfrost Frontier, probably one of the easier hearts to do will be this one. This will be the heart north of the Soros Eclipse waypoint, and when you are done with the heart, you will be able to buy some Unbound magic gathering tools. But if you don't need the fresh Winterberries or the Unbound magic for Ascended Trinkets, then what you can do is you can right click and then consume all. This will give you a chunk of Unbound magic. You can use them to buy magic warped bundles. Those will give you some tier 6 materials and other valuable resources, including a very small chance of getting some mystic louvers, which you will need for legendary crafting. You will notice that if we try to buy magic warped bundles from this vendor, it will cost 500 Unbound magic and 1 gold. But if you talk to the vendor that is at the spawn area in Ember Bay, they sell the same magic warped bundles, but this time for 1250 Unbound magic and only 40 silvers. As of the time of recording this video, buying magic warped bundles from this specific vendor for those specific prices are the only way to make any kind of profit from the Unbound magic. If you buy the magic warped bundles from any other vendor in Living Season 3 maps, they will cost 500 Unbound magic and 1 gold, which will save you some Unbound magic. However, it will not give you profit, and in fact, you will make some loss. And so, if you want to maximize your profit, you should buy the magic dwarf bundles from the vendor in Ember Bay. Ember Bay is the map you get when you do Chapter 2 Rising Flames in Living World Season 3. Based on the current market prices, you will make an average profit of about 40 to 80 silvers per bundle when you buy the magic warped bundles. So I will buy 10 of them right now, and let's open them together and see the potential items we can get. And in general, whenever you want to buy those bundles, I would recommend that you don't buy them in 1 and 2. Instead, always try to buy them in a bunch of 10s or 20s and such. This way you will get more of a feeling for the average profit you will do. And as you can see, we were lucky and we got some mystic louvers, we got some ectoplasms and other tier 6 materials, so they are very good. Please do not take whatever you see on the screen now and expect to get exactly the same every time you open the bundles. Sometimes you will get better items, sometimes you will get worse, especially the mystic louvers. They are a very rare drop and I was just lucky to get them this time. On top of that, you will make some extra profit from the volatile magic if you are using those tools or glyphs, or some extra profit from any other resources you will get from the glyphs we mentioned earlier. If you don't know how to make some gold from volatile magic, I made a previous guide that I will leave in the comments and description. If you want to see more similar content in the future, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. I will now leave a playlist on your screen that will include more guides on how to make gold in a quick and easy way. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.